McLovin will be at Stanford, and he will be rooting for USC because Stanford did not admit him. You couldn't get into Stanford.
It's their loss.
Terrible. Yeah, so for a change, you're rooting for USC. Their quarterback, Matt Barkley, joining us. I don't know, is that a good thing or not, Matt?
I think it'd be appropriate, yeah.
That McLovin's going to root for you?
More importantly, I think he should stand on our sideline, given the fact that he was rejected quite a while ago.
Wait, is that an invitation for McLovin to stand on the sideline? Is Kiffin going to approve McLovin over there?
I approve of him, and so I think he'd be good.
Who has more authority right now, you or Coach Kiffin?
Probably Pat Hayden.
Oh. Yeah.
Who runs everything.
Are you how many plays are you calling per game? Like the percentage that are your calls?
I don't know percentage. They're mostly checks. So, Coach Kiffin has the eyes in the sky, and he has the coaches helping him in the booth, and he knows the play calls in advance. And I'm making all the checks at the line of scrimmage, so I'm not necessarily dry calling any plays. In our 2-minute drill, I can. Given a front and a certain defensive look. But for the most part, I was making checks. I probably made about a dozen or so checks to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, then you're afforded that luxury. You go to the line of scrimmage, you've already called a play, and then you see something, you go, I'm going to change it.
Correct.
Okay, give me how successful, give me of your touchdown passes, how many were checks at the line of scrimmage that you changed the play?
Two of them were checks. The first pass to Marquise, the quick slant, was an on the line of scrimmage check where they were bringing pressure, and then I think the second touchdown as well to Woody, the 30-yard fade or whatever it was an on the line of scrimmage quick call that we made, and turned out to be a touchdown.
It was an odd game though, because it got interesting there. What was the feeling on the sidelines when all of a sudden you're up by 5 points?
Yeah, it was definitely weird. Both the score and then just the feeling and momentum of the game was kind of odd. And then we had an hour-and-a-half thunderstorm tornado delay that we had to stay in the locker room for. But I think it was great that our defense really pulled a 3-and-out at that point in the game. And we had a great punt return, which put us in great field position, and we ended up scoring pretty quickly after that. So I don't even think it really connected with me that we were only up by 5 points. I still knew we were in the lead, but I knew that we were getting the ball back and we had to make something out of it.
What do you do an hour-and-a-half rain delay?
I put my feet up. I kind of rest. I got work on my shoulder just to keep it loose. Listen to some music. Make sure went over all the other play calls with Coach Kiffin, the receivers, just to make sure we were on point. But you kind of have to fill your time wisely.
He's Matt Barkley, USC quarterback, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. I said when you came back that Lane Kiffin was going to say thank you in one way, and that was when you got a chance to be able to throw a touchdown pass, he was going to give you that opportunity. Am I reading too much into this? Because in the red zone, you guys are inside the 5 and you're still throwing the football. How surprising is that for you, getting these opportunities?
Not surprising at all. I mean, a lot of those plays are I have the option to hand it off or given the option to throw. And given my matchups on the outside with Robert and Marquise, it seems like an easy option to me if they put one-on-one with the corners out there. So it wasn't much of a question for me on those plays, and we are giving our running backs an opportunity to run the ball, and we just couldn't connect in the red zone with the running game. So, why not resort to passing?
But these wide receivers, is there any – I mean, how good are these two?
I say they could play in the NFL right now. Both their talent-wise, but just how they understand the game of football, it's really unique. It's their knack for the ball in the air. Even, on the ground, some of those short screen passes that we have, which are essentially an extension of our run game. And you saw Robert Woods on that deep. Almost he reversed the whole field and got a first down. Was so impressive. And just the way they are humble about it. They don't, they're not clamoring for the ball on every single play. They realize, who gets the ball. But if you watch them on plays that they're not getting the ball, either the backside of a run play or a pass play once the ball is out and you see them finishing downfield, making blocks, they're really team players, which I think separates them from everyone else.
How much NFL did you watch yesterday?
we were in our facilities the whole day, get in a flush, get a lift in, and then we had to watch the whole film. So I saw a little bit in passing. Didn't really catch too much. Mostly saw scores.
You taking classes?
Yep, class more so.
What's the class?
It's a computer forensics class. Might be a little over your head, Dan, but.
Well, give me an example of the tough curriculum with this class. What are the strains on you?
Well, it's mainly a lot. Well, it's an ITP class, so a lot of technology protocol stuff.
Wait, what's ITP?
ITP is it's in the engineering school.
Whoa.
So it's pretty worthwhile. I'm not dancing or anything like that.
Okay, but did you purposely say I can't do anything that's going to be read into like Leinart when he took ballroom dancing?
It probably came across my mind, and I also knew I had one semester left and wanted to take something that I haven't been able to take overall the year because I was getting a major and a minor. I didn't really have a whole lot of electives, so now that I'm finally finished, I can take something like this, which it gets all into encryption and hacking, knowing how to prevent data loss or finding important data from hard drives, accessing firewalls and all that stuff. It's pretty interesting.
But this is it. You have one class the entire week.
Yep. It's all ball all the time.
So second semester, are you even going to be in class at USC?
No, I'll be graduate. This is my one class to graduate.
But are you still going to hang on campus?
I don't know. It depends where I train, which I haven't even thought about. And I'll probably come back to talk with the coaches just about getting ready for the NFL. Coach Monty Kiffin, just to hear his brain on coverages and all that stuff. But I don't know. We'll see about that.
We always look at, and we hear this argument all the time, the SEC is the best conference. You get a chance to play against these guys occasionally, but how do you, in the Pac-12, a Heisman Trophy candidate, compare yourself with what you see with the USC or with these other teams with the SEC? Where's your feeling of who you are and your team with the SEC?
I wish I could tell you how we would fare up against them, but I haven't watched really one lick of football on the SEC, and you always really see scores after games, and it's kind of hard to compare how a team would fare up against a score. But I would say the Pac-12 represented our conference pretty well this last weekend. Against Big Ten teams. I know Washington got beat by LSU, but I think it was a great weekend for our conference. And once I get a chance to watch some film on SEC team, I'm usually always watching our opponent or getting ready for our own game.
But does it bother you though? Do everybody
about their success?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it bothers me at all. I mean, they're playing great football, and I don't think it's hype at all. It's high quality football, and they're deserving of all that's being said about them.
I'd still want you to wear your jersey around campus one day, just walking around class or something. Is there a chance you can do that?
That's probably not going to happen.
Oh, but they would never expect you to wear your jersey. They'd say, "Oh, that dude looks like Matt Barkley."
Maybe with a hat on.
Yeah, if you wore a hat, but just wore your jersey and just walked around.
Or my high school jersey.
Okay, that would be. Have you worn that before? No,
that's something else I've never worn. I've never worn my Letterman's jacket. I'm not that type of guy. I don't know.
What about McLovin? Maybe McLovin could wear it on the sideline.
That'd be very appropriate.
He could wear your modern day. Yeah, I mean, is that okay?
Yeah, and T.J. McDonald would say you're supporting him, but we can decide who it actually is.
Okay, you're going to see McLovin, and I just don't want you to be creeped out when you see him, okay? He'll be there on the sidelines rooting for you guys against Stanford.
That's awesome. I love it.
He's going to, I'm trying to think, he looks like he'd be a Stanford student, though. Just want you to know that.
He looks like he could be in my computer forensics class.
He could be teaching your class, Matt.
I love it. That's great.
Congrats on the weekend. Good luck against Stanford.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it.
All right. That's Matt Barkley, USC quarterback.